this is Charles. Today is Digital Painting for Beginners Part 2. As you've seen in the first video, I went over some very basic stuff. Right now, I'm going to go over the next step in that process, one of the more important steps that most people do not realize in the painting process. As you can see, I have a fully rendered out painting on my screen. I'm sorry I can't speak today because my brain is going blah 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 blah. Okay. Now, what I'm talking about is a process of painting that you really don't see too often in most videos. And I've seen very few artists actually talk about this. Is this process. How to practice drawing. As you can see, I have a number of eyes I have drawn. Same for the nose, same for the lips, same for the shapes of the head. Now, what I'm talking about is mastery. It's being able to draw, get clean, crisp lines, and have a very defining, very clean looking set of eyes. Nose, mouth, head shape. We're going to cover that real quick, and I'm going to teach you a little trick right now. I want you to go to your brush tool, select B. I have a special hard brush, or you can just grab a basic hard brush. It's at 28 pixels. I'm going to drop that down to 19. I already have black picked in my swatches. Pick black in your color picker or color dropper. Just go around the outside and grab the black. Hit shift on your keyboard. It creates a straight line. A line that snaps to the grid. I'm going to make another one and another one. And a vertical line. Now, you'll see these faint trace marks going diagonally. Don't worry about that. What we're going to do right now is block in where the nostrils would be, the edge of the nostrils, the nose. Now what we're going to do is draw the eyes. You can see my motions and my strokes are very deliberate as they're coming onto the screen. Very careful. Now I'm doing a wide-eyed expression. And I can adjust the eyes as I need to. Okay, gonna have to extend this eye out. Now we're gonna draw in pretty much where the pupil and iris is. You're gonna see most of it because this is a wide-eyed expression. Gonna have to extend this line out a bit more. Don't be afraid of some rough lines, as long as you go back to it, make them crisp, even. Zoomed in for you so you can see. Now you want to get the top of the eyelid in here on both sides. Now you don't have to do it the exact way I'm doing it. You can grab a reference photo of pretty much anywhere on the internet or look at somebody's eye. Now what we're going to do is bring in the nose. And my nose is going to be kind of tucked into the face. Gonna have this nice big honking nose right here. Now what you're seeing me do is bring in two reverse diagonal lines down onto the face. I'm gonna create this little nib here. I'm building the nose out a bit bigger. This isn't taking me long at all. Now, as you can see, we don't really have a line for the lips, so I'm going to drop one in. To the halfway point of each eye. Create a little half triangle down here and obtuse. Be very careful with my lines again. Now, I want this to be a bit more of a hand's face, so I'm gonna have the bottom lip about as equal as the top. Just bring in some more lines here. As you can see, this is rather clean and crisp line work. Now, Photoshop is not the best for doing line work. There are other programs like Paintable, Inkscape, which is a vector-based program. Bring in the lip here. This reminds me more of a child's face, more of a baby's. A very vague indication of lines here. Same with the lower eyelids. Very vague, very squished on, very compact. Okay, put your chin in right here. Make sure the chin's a bit rounded. Going up. Kind of reminds me, it kind of looks like the baby off of Dinosaurs. I'm the baby, gotta love me. I grew up in the 90s. My grandparents had a lot of stuff for me to watch, besides westerns. I wasn't that lonely, repressed kid who only watched westerns with his grandfather. It wasn't, I swear. Okay. Basically, we created a baby face in this short amount of time. I love how rounded out their faces are because they're incredibly hard to draw. Now what I'm gonna do, exaggerate the cheeks just a bit. Come up here, bring in some closer lines. You're gonna do this on both sides. Basically, this is one of the main processes that you need to go through. This didn't take me very long at all. And this is part 2 of beginning a painting. Basically, part 3 is coming up to your eraser tool here, going through, grabbing a hard brush, and erasing all this additional line work that you don't need. Just cleaning up. And a lot of people don't bother cleaning up, especially if they're just going to be painting over it, but trust me, you really do need to clean this up, because if you're painting and all you can see is these little tags from your sketch lines sticking out from the edges that you're painting further than they should be, your painting's going to look bad. No, not everything needs to be erased, just stuff that really doesn't belong there. You're going to leave some vague indications on lines, but basically, this is the whole art of practicing. Once you practice so much, you could draw something like this in a very short amount of time. But the next step after that is this. You start out with a sketch, you refine that sketch, and then you start the painting process, which involves actually painting the person, learning your colors, and building backgrounds. This is almost a little too easy for me at this point because I've done it so much. My brain goes on autopilot. Now that you've seen the process, take this time to practice and keep pushing forward. The more practice you have, the more fluid your movements become, the cleaner your work becomes. Now, honestly, do you always have to practice? Do you have to practice every day? I would say yes. Because even if you take a break for a day or two, come back, you feel like you don't want to do it, you feel defeated, but you have to push through it. Practicing every day is the key to getting better work. Same with painting. You have to practice every day. get to where you want to be. My name is Charles. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next video.